the real question right here is, why is it so hard to run a 50K a month either coaching or agency business? Now, there are a lots of questions that actually pop up in all of our minds when we ask ourselves that such a question. And in this video right here, whether you want to watch it or not, I'm just gonna break it down based on what I've been through so far in this 2.5 years long experience in working with 6 and 7 figure business owners, not only as a setter, but also as a setter manager, which, by the way, is one of the purposes of this video, because I want you to get to that point. So later down the line, I can just hop in, play some killer setters inside your business, delegate the workload, and just scale to the moon, off of the revenue share, by the way, because I don't have any geeky gay coaching programs to sell you for like 15 grand or so. But what's actually the reason? And don't get me wrong, I'm sure that you're already one of the best coaches or agency owners on the market, but I'm sure that, you've always asked yourself a question: why is it so hard sometimes to make it happen? Is it because, I'd say, of hard work? I genuinely wouldn't say so, because if it was only about hard work, then those random Indian editors that we all have in our DMs would be millionaires, because they're working 10, 12, 14 hours a day just editing videos day in and day out. But no, that's actually not the case. Actually, Simon Squibb, I'm sure you guys know who he is, one of the goats in this entrepreneurial industry. He actually made one very valid point, which was the fact that all these, let's say, construction businesses, or not even businesses, but construction workers, are grinding their ass off for like 14, 16, even 18 hours a day, and guess what? They ain't rich. They ain't rich. The proof is that hard work doesn't make you rich, genuinely. Even in school, we always got told by our professors that we should just learn, put the work in and stuff, but that's not the reality, Then the next question: is it because of a good followers count on IG, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube, even here when I'm posting my videos? I wouldn't say so, because if it was about the followers count and about that fake credibility of people that are not even interested in our stuff, then team pages would be printing. Because let's be real, nowadays it's too easy to buy fake followers, to start running an ad, to do whatever, to just bump our followers count. But what is it that actually matters? For example, right here, I'm on like 95 subscribers on my YouTube or so. And I can confidently say that I'm running a profitable and sustainable business. I enjoy it. I genuinely enjoy it. So I'm not even like on 3 digits here on my subscribers count on YouTube. So it's surely not about the followers. Then is it maybe about the offer? No, I wouldn't say so. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because, funny story actually, 2 years ago, when I created my first ever coaching program, helping regular men make money with appointment setting, I sold my 3 first spots without even creating an actual program. I didn't have a single daily objective in there, I didn't have a single course module video in there, nothing. I just sold it without even creating a program. And then, once I made those few sales, I invested in my camera, in my microphone, so I can actually start recording those videos. Funny story, I know. So, all in all, I wouldn't even say it's about the offer, because just the other day, I made a post on LinkedIn and on Instagram talking about how the vehicle actually doesn't even matter. All the people care about, if you're a business owner, I'm sure you know, and I'm sure you can relate to that, all the people care about, our prospects, is the results that we can give them. Alex Hormozi also made a great point of how to actually structure a valuable offer, how to actually make it worth high ticket. It's to reduce the time required for our clients to get to the desired result, if that makes sense. So let's imagine I'm shouting my program as the best program ever with over 60 hours of content inside, which, by the way, it does have over 60 hours of content in my course module at this point, the one program that I'm running for my B2C guys, where I create those killer setters that I'm usually training, placing and managing in businesses. It does have over 60 hours of content, but that's not relevant to people, because that then means that they should spend 60 hours of their time into learning stuff, even more, because they then need some time to implement it. So how to actually make it more valuable? It's all about actually making it shorter, but with the same end goal, which is exactly why I said that vehicle doesn't matter. Like, if you can help someone get from, I don't know, 10k a month to 50k a month in a month, in only a month's time, your offer is way more worthy than someone's offer who is taking it like on a 3 to 6 months basis. You get me? And not only that your offer is way more valuable, but you can also charge way more and get more clients for yourself, because it's super scalable. That was just an example. But all in all, I wouldn't even say it's about the offer as much as it's about one thing called leverage. Now, what does the leverage mean? That's the real question. What actually leverage is, and how can that leverage only get you to 50k a month? You know, now the first thing that comes to my mind that people think leverage is just, I don't know, shooting some content, posting it consistently, praying to go viral, having some Indian editors that's editing their videos for $5 per video, whatever. Then what else? Having some random setter inside that will just do the album for them, that will actually generate those leads. But that's not even the case. First thing that comes to my mind that helped me, one thing that actually helped me leverage my business when I got started with this specific B2B offer over a year ago, was network. One more funny story is that when I started my B2B offer, my first 2 high ticket clients got in my stuff from network. That's a super important thing. I literally started my offer, and the very first week they were interested in having my setters and my management placed as a part of their sales team to help them scale. You know, and those 2 deals were worth 6.5k each, because, you know, that's for how long we worked together. For a couple of months, I took a revenue share from each of their businesses, and it added up to like nice juicy, let's say on the low end, 10k in 2 or 3 months, whatever, that I made from them. It was insane, genuinely, a network. And I wasn't even like a founder of that networking group. I was just randomly added to WhatsApp. So that's one thing you should absolutely leverage. Second thing that you should absolutely leverage is dialed offer. Dialed offer. You remember how I previously said that just a random offer isn't actually what it's all about, because I sold my first 3 spots without even having an offer, but that's exactly why I emphasize on dialed offer. Your offer needs to be dialed as fuck, genuinely. Because with your dialed offer, there's this one loop that I'm constantly talking about that gets activated with dialed offer. You get a client, you're a fucking master, an absolute legend in delivering the results in the shortest period of time possible. You post that, you shout it all across your social media, YouTube, you post an interview, testimonial, whatever. Then the thing that I'm gonna talk about later a bit more is a setter sending those kinds of things to the new prospects, warming them up, them wanting to get straight into it as well, because you're providing the best results on the market, like you are already probably, and then those people wanting to get involved again. And then from them you create another testimonial, because once again you just know how to do your stuff. And that's a loop that gets activated by having a dialed offer. And then the third thing to leverage is literally what I mentioned, a setter. Not only a setter, but an absolute violence of a sales team, an army that's ready to go straight in the battle head first for you, because that's exactly how they print. You know, that's exactly why I'm so ready to just hop in as many businesses as possible, because I print, my setters print, my setters that have invested in my coaching, and you guys, you business owners print as well, because we just take it to the whole another level. And then you literally have someone that will be doing all those things for you, tracking, sending these testimonials, generating new leads, converting, you know, and I call it outsourced client acquisition system. Ads, first of all, to even generate new leads, because when you get some traction, when you make some sales, you have a budget for ads. Then a killer setter, a killer closer once you're at like 50k a month mark, and a manager to just handle it all. You know, because people think nowadays that, and to be fair, that's probably number one reason why most of the coaches either get flushed out of the market or just stay broke forever. And when I say most, I mean 99.9% of the coaches, is because they think that when they hire a setter or a closer, the problems are solved. But who is there to keep them accountable? Who is there to track the leads, track the KPIs, track the SOPs, create frameworks, track every single possible percentage in the business? It's a manager's job to do so. And guess what? Once again, it's a no-brainer because managers usually get paid per revenue generated, some small percentage of revenue generated, just like I am, you know, just to make it a bit more of a no-brainer, you know, tracking, training, accountability, especially because in my group, with all my setters that I'm training, placing, and managing, I have a small thing like a healthy competition, where we every single call that gets booked, we put it in the chat, we mark it, and the person with the least calls booked in that week is officially gay of the week, and no one wants to be so, trust me. And I think I actually shouted it too hard on my IG, which is obviously what resulted in me getting my IG banned. So also drop a follow on my new IG, Wolf of Croatia, time to rebrand. But yeah, show me some support there, and I'll also be posting a lot more there on how you can actually implement all these things. But that's super important for you to have a leverage. Trust me, it's not about the offer, it's not about the hard work, it's not about good followers count as much as it's about leveraging these few things. Network, dialed offer, that's literally dialed as fuck, and outsource client acquisition system, because that loop I previously mentioned can't be active, I mean, without actual killers doing so for you. And then once you have everything outsourced, dialed, leveraged, you can just focus on delivering the results, attracting new eyeballs that will get converted with all your killers inside your sales team, and just building a proper personal brand filled with people that are directly interested in your stuff. Because let's be real, it's all about the money. And also one thing that I just thought of is, of course, living that big boy CEO lifestyle, traveling the world, making money on the way. Like I said, drop me a follow on my IG. I'm gonna show you exactly how it's done. I'm not asking for anything in return. And also, I'd appreciate even more, one thing that I'd appreciate even more is you giving me a feedback on this video so I can tailor my future videos even better. So I can just help you more, get you to that 6-7 figures, so that then actually it makes sense for us to hop in, me and you, partner, collaborate, because the stronger the foundation, the taller the building. Let's fucking go, it's do or die time. Thanks for watching and keep grinding.